This was kind of a random project, but I streamed for 14 days straight, and here's the results. In this video, I'm going to break down why I decided to stream for 2 weeks in a row, what I learned along the way, and how it impacted my channel. If you've ever thought about streaming to grow your channel or build your audience, I'll also share some tips, strategies, and what you can realistically expect if you try something like this yourself. We'll cover 5 main points: why I streamed for 14 days straight, how I set up my stream, we'll go over the stream stats of my personal experience, some lessons learned, and some final tips and recommendations for you guys to try out. I don't typically make these kind of videos for content creators. Mainly I just stick to game development, but I figured this would help some content creator out there. So let's begin. So why did I even do this 14-day challenge? Well, if you just want the stats, no tips, no recommendations, go to this time on the video. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but it'll be somewhere. But if you want the tips, the recommendations, my experience along the way, so you kind of know what to expect, stick around and you'll get all of that. So let's begin. Why did I do this 14-day challenge? It's because I wanted to learn more about game development. That's my whole channel, trying to learn game development and help teach it to others. But I'm also wanting to grow my YouTube channel. So I thought of this 14-day challenge where I'm building a small coin idle game. And then from there, I'm streaming every single day so I can only make progress while I'm streaming. So that way I'm learning game development and I'm also streaming and hopefully growing this audience. Next, to main point number 2, how did I even set up my stream? Well, I wanted to stream to as many people as I could. So I both streamed to horizontal and vertical. The reason I did this is because vertical streams get a lot more views because a lot more people watch shorts than actual videos. So there are some plugins in there. I used OBS with some plugins to stream to vertical and horizontal. So if you're wanting to stream, at least start with streaming with vertical. And then if you want, stream to horizontal so that you can get a little bit more coverage. As for the times I streamed, I usually streamed after work, but there were some days where I streamed during my lunch break. And then on the weekends, I usually started streaming after I got my weekend workout in. All right, you guys ready to start looking at some stats? Let's do it. So I'm gonna jump into the YouTube studio here. There we go. And this is day 1 of the challenge, or day 1 of me streaming. As you see here, we're gonna look at the average view duration, average percentage viewed, likes, views, and watch time. I didn't include subscribers because for some reason, YouTube didn't put anything for that column, even though I know for sure I got some subscribers that day. But here we go. This is day 1. This was a 4-hour stream. So I got 46 views on the horizontal stream. This is the one without the hashtag shorts. And then the one with hashtag shorts, I got 358 views, which for me, not bad for a first day of streaming. Let's go to day number 2. All right, day number 2 here. We got a little bit more views than the first one, but in day 2, we got 646 views for the shorts and 28 views for the horizontal. So it's slowly going up. All right, and day 3. So we still got we get a little bit higher than the day before. And this is where I'm kind of starting to get excited because I'm starting to think, okay, if I stream every single day, is it just going to keep going higher and higher and higher? So I notice I've been looking at the viewer count a lot in my live streams, especially early on, because you're thinking to yourself, as soon as someone joins, I'm going to be very, very entertaining. That's not really the case because you should probably always be entertaining. So that's the skill you should be focusing on, but it's really hard to not focus like that in the beginning because you're just waiting and you're excited to see that first person. Day number 4, this was probably the best day I've ever had during the stream. But day 4, we only streamed for 1 hour and 42 minutes. And then we still got a decent amount of views for these shorts, which equated to about 18.2 hours of watch time. This was something I was very excited for because you actually get watch time from your shorts views if it's a live stream. This is something that's really helping my channel because before this even whole challenge started, I wasn't even at that many hours of watch time. I was maybe at 20 or 30 hours of watch time. So by doing this challenge, I definitely have helped get closer to monetization. So highly recommend people to, if that's what you need, stream. Day 5, I got hit with the bus, basically. I was on top of the world and then we went to the bottom of the world. I streamed for 2 hours, so I even streamed longer than the day before, where it was just 1 hour and 42 minutes. And my views were not even close to what we had. It was like a fourth. which is completely fine. You know, I enjoyed every single person that joined the stream. I love it. Getting to react to all the comments and everything. But it's just crazy to see it go from 2,760 all the way down to 696. Like, that's quite the jump. And you start thinking to yourself, am I even entertaining anymore? Or did my YouTube luck run out? Day 6 now, it was even worse than the day before. We didn't really have that many people, and I only streamed for 46 minutes, so maybe that's why. If I kept streaming, maybe I would have been okay. Maybe I just didn't hit that sweet spot yet. Day number 7, and we're getting there. So this was a decent day. We're starting to get those numbers back up. And this is kind of where I started to feel like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be focusing too much on the actual viewer count. Maybe I should just be focusing on my content and just continuously trying to improve my communication skill, my entertainment skill, if that's even a thing, and just always try and make my stream entertaining no matter what point someone joins in at. So this is kind of where I started thinking about that. Whereas in the beginning, I was really just focusing, okay, viewer count, okay, this person joined, be entertaining, be entertaining. So I was always looking at the viewer count. And then when I was at this point where I'm 100 plus viewers in my live stream, I was kind of freaking out because I didn't quite know what to do. I was like, can I be entertaining enough for all these people? And then went down. And then I started thinking I'm not that entertaining anymore, I guess. But I think it just comes down to YouTube's going to give you a lot of viewers sometimes. And then sometimes you're not going to get a lot of viewers. So it's really just up to YouTube, I feel like. For day number 8, we got some decent views for shorts and the horizontal ones. So all in all, about 20 hours of watch time in one day. Day number 9, I actually had 2 streams. So I streamed day 9 of the challenge just to get that out of the way, which was still almost 17, 18 hours of watch time. Decent. And then I had a Unity stream as well because I made a video and I thought, what better way to drive more traction to that video than to actually make a live stream? So I played the top #1 Unity Steam game for the month of August. So that also helped me gain 10 plus more watch hours that day. So I was at like 30 hours of watch time just in that day alone. So as you see, we're already at 150 hours of watch time. Day 10, we got about 11 hours of watch time, 11 and a half. On day 11, I just had one stream, okay? So I had about 15 hours of watch time this day, had a decent amount of shorts views. So day 12 of the challenge, I was sitting at about less than 10 hours of watch time. So it was one of the lower producing streams, except this day as well, September 4th. Then it started to pick up a bit, so I streamed for just an hour, and I believe this was during my lunch break. And I was getting about 8 hours of watch time. I got a ton of views that day. This is one thing I picked up. A lot of people watch shorts during their lunch break, which makes sense because on your lunch break, you might not have time to watch a full video. So you're like, all right, maybe I'll just watch some shorts for 30 minutes to an hour and then go back to work. That's something I started realizing, that my views were a lot higher during lunch, and a lot of people can't stream during lunch. So I was at a huge advantage being able to stream during lunch. How many times am I going to say during lunch? Then we're on day 14 of the challenge. This day I actually did 2 live streams. So last day, which I think equated to maybe, how many hours of watch time is this? So 15 basically, 18, 19, close to 30 hours. I'm just going to round it up for simplicity. But as you can see, day 14, not terrible. You know, I got a bunch of shorts views both times, 873. And then I got 1,345. Decent. And then like 30 hours of watch time. So this is the full 14 days of streaming. Like I said in the beginning, I was looking at my viewer count a lot in the beginning. And then kind of around here in the middle is when I started realizing that if you want to be a good streamer, you got to really focus on the content and not so much on how many viewers are watching. Kind of made streaming less stressful because I was like, all right, let's just focus on the stream and that's it. It doesn't matter how many people are in the stream. I'm just going to keep doing what I can and doing the best that I can. And I get that higher raise, and then it just kind of slowly kept going up. I'm really curious if I kept going to see what would have happened. Maybe it would have flatlined at this little plateau right here. But all in all, I learned a lot from this challenge, and it was really fun to make. I think I streamed 17 times in 14 days. just during my lunch break or in the evening or on the weekends after a workout. And at the end, I had my average view duration was 42 seconds, 145 likes, and then 18,722 views. And at the end, 223 hours of watch time. Now, I believe I got 160 subscribers from live streaming. I just can't check that here for some reason because it was showing 0. Main point number 4, lessons learned. There's 3 things here that I think I really learned throughout this whole 14-day challenge. 1, speaking skills. When you're doing streaming, and if you're not really used to it, you're gonna have random people come into the stream, asking you questions, asking you this and that. So you're gonna get better at answering questions. And that's something I think I struggled with, but I mean, after 14 days, I feel like I can pretty much handle every single question I can along the way. Number 2, you're probably going to be interested about your viewer count initially, but I do recommend you try to avoid looking at your viewer count and just focus on your content. That's what's gonna help people stay, right? If they're joining the stream and then you start being entertaining, but then they leave before they see the entertaining part, you lost your opportunity. So just be entertaining as much as you can. I know it's hard to talk to yourself for 5 hours at a time, but just try to be entertained as much as you can. Lastly, lessons learned is you gotta be able to handle the ups and downs of streaming. One day you might be blessed. YouTube blessed me one day with a lot of viewers, and it was crazy to have over 100 in my live stream. I did not expect that, to be honest. But you also got to realize some days you're just going to have 10 or 8 or even 5. Just be happy you even have 1, you know? Honestly, any viewer that comes into this channel, I'm thankful that you guys are even here in the first part, and I appreciate any time you spend in this channel, so thank you. Main point number 5, final tips and recommendations. If you're thinking about trying this yourself, here are some tips for you. Number 1, stream with a purpose. Don't just go live for no reason, but make your live actually have a purpose, because people love watching stories. And if you're actually trying to accomplish something, this might entice someone to join your stream the next day because they want to check in and see how you're doing on your goals. It's just like a little mini story, and people love stories. Number 2, don't forget to interact with your community while you're streaming, especially if you're just playing a game and you're not interacting with your chat. People probably aren't going to stay and watch because, I mean, they're not getting any of your personality. All you're doing is just playing a game. And I mean, if they're trying to interact with you, definitely always trying to respond to every single chat. Last tip I want to leave you guys is just stream. Just start streaming. If you don't think you have the time for a lot of streaming, just try to just do 1 a week. And then if you can do 1, maybe go to 2, maybe go to 3. That way you're slowly improving your confidence and ability to just stream and interact with random people. And it just makes you have a better communication skill. That's something I'm trying to develop as a content creator and game developer. So if you guys do this challenge, definitely let me know. And it doesn't even have to be 14 days. If you guys want to start streaming on your channel or any of that stuff, let me know how it goes in the comments below. See, I don't even know how to speak still, but I'm definitely a lot better than 14 days ago. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys learned anything from this, please like and subscribe. And I want to hear from you guys. Are you going to start streaming? Let me know in the comments below, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. See ya.